Are we?
Yay, we are live. Hi, everybody. We're live. Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and I am thrilled to have Wisdom Seeker Joan and Kigaru Spiritual Journeys Terri Suzuki here with us tonight. And it's this afternoon for most of you. I'm very happy to see everybody, and thank you for joining us. I want to wish everybody happy Labor Day if you're in the U.S., and if not, happy September to all of you. And I just wanted to find out how's your day going, Joan? How's your holiday?
It's been wonderful. I went out for a great walk this morning, and tomorrow I'm looking forward to using my new stand-up inflatable paddleboard. I
Oh,
just love it. It's made for beginners, so it's really stable, so it makes me feel like I'm better than I am, but I found something new, and it's great 'cause I can carry it without putting it on the top of the car and just head off to one of Minnesota's 10,000 lakes and blow it up and paddle to my heart's content. So that's my joy this weekend.
That sounds lovely. That
yeah.
sounds so lovely. Now, there's no sail in it, right? There's
Nope.
not, it's not a, okay. Sometimes you see them holding the sail. What is that one called?
The sailboards, is that what those are?
I don't
Probably.
know.
That takes skill. This
Yeah.
Okay.
one, you
Hey,
just kinda stand up and watch the birds, and it's fun.
so you can actually stand up and paddle?
Yep.
Oh man, you're talented.
No, I was feeling really good about myself that 'cause I could do it, but then I started reading reviews of this specific product, and they said, "Oh, yeah, this one's made for beginners. It makes you feel like you're better than you are." So, it's just perfect for me. So, I'm
Mm,
having fun with it.
that's
That does sound like fun. So, Terry Suzuki, how are you doing? What's new with you?
I am doing just great. I am using this day to kind of clean up all my projects, kind of get I feel like I took the summer off and just did a boatload of building projects around the house. And today I'm like cleaning up all my tools, getting everything put away, kind of like getting ready for fall, winter, but I'm also getting ready for vacation. So
Wonderful.
just cleaning it all up. And this,
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't have any shows in the hopper right now. I'm just open ended because of going on vacation. So,
Yeah, that's really great. That's really great. And I just came back from a few days being away from home. I was visiting some family, and it's nice just to get away from the everyday and change of energy, change of scenery. It really does refresh your just your entire being, your energy. It's sort of like, puts a new refreshing on it. So you'll have a wonderful time, I'm sure. And it's just nice to get a change of pace. But I just wanted to say hello to a couple of people who are here in the chat. Warrior Girl is here. Hi, Warrior Girl. And Nancy Riker, how are you? And Sharon Sipe. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for being here. Butterfly Kisses Healing. Valerie B. Silver Moon. Indigo, Jaguar Intuitive Arts, Gina M. Everybody's here. I know there's a lot of people that came in early. Melinda Salinas. Thank you all for being here. We were just talking about maybe everybody was having picnics or out enjoying the holiday. So I wasn't sure. um, about how many people would be here. Leo Sign is here. Hi, Leo Sign. Thanks for being here. G. Covington. Aw, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. So we'll be answering some questions today. Loved ones, pets, spirit guides, psychic. If you want to just get a reading on your energy or a certain whatever is going on in your life, um, that would be great. I was just talking, I did a test on Facebook, and I did it through StreamYard. I was testing the software, and I was reading a woman. I'm not sure if she's here right now. She's just listening. And I was saying that she was feeling the energies, the shift in the energies, and that she is quite sensitive and she can sense the different vibrations. She was an empath, and she was kind of like not knowing how to pinpoint this change in the energy. Like she can tell there's something different and things aren't like they were before, but she just can't seem to pinpoint it. And Spirit gave such a message, a beautiful message, that I was really it was lovely for me to hear as well for myself. And they said for her to focus on a daisy, and a daisy is very simple, and it's very pure, and and they said that the messages from Spirit are very simple and they're very basic. And they asked her to just focus on her own energy and to make sure that her chakras are aligned and balanced, or just focus on her own energy. And that at some point we'll be called to blend and combine our energies and do sort of like a group effort at some point in the future. But for right now, to focus on the simple and the, you know, basic and your own energy. So I thought that was really very interesting.
It's a great message for everyone. Thank you for
Mhm.
sharing it.
For me too, because we're all feeling it. We're all
Yeah.
like, okay, what's going on? And they also reminded me that we are moving more fully into the age of Aquarius. I think that back in 2012 or somewhere around there, we were starting to move into the age of Aquarius, and the planetary alignment and all of this we can all feel because the change in the frequency on Gaia as well. It was interesting, very interesting. So, what do you say? I think we're ready to get started. Let me see who is first. Silver Moon. Hi, Silver Moon. Thanks for being here. Silver Moon says, any messages from Archangel Collective? That's a wonderful question. I love your question.
Oh,
The Archangel, that's what she means, right? That's
yeah,
Archangel, yeah,
yeah.
Collective.
Right away, I heard be at peace, center yourself, and get to know that feeling of being at peace and centered and grounded. And then they showed me um, then they said, picture yourself or be like the aspen trees, the, 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 the littler, thinner trees that are flexible and can move in the wind and bend and still retain their, their shape and their nature, rather than something that's like so solid like an oak tree, and they're wonderful and they're massive and they look so strong, but those are the ones that get broken apart in a big storm. So and they're also reminding me that the aspen and that whole poplar family, they but especially the aspens are the ones that each one of them is an individual, each tree is an individual expression of the whole, because they are all joined together. It's one big organism. And remember that you are part of this whole called humanity, and we're all connected, not just to other humans, but to everything. But as yourself, as your individual expression, like the individual aspen tree that pops up, be flexible, be at peace, center yourself, and be be able to bend and go with the wind, because I didn't hear the winds are coming, but I'm assuming that that's one of the reasons they're saying it.
So silver moon. I do what I usually do to tap into your energy, but then I also decided to tap directly into the Archangel Collective energy as well. And when I did that on my stage, the stage has a white floor, but it was kind of dark, a little bit like the background you're seeing right now behind our pictures, where that it's kind of in a darkish around it, but kind of like the sunset creating kind of a fire. So I saw this beautiful blue outside, pink, yellow, coral fire. And it was more not like a fire, but like the aura that you can see in Alaska and stuff. And it was there, and I saw like a little fairy inside it, kind of kicking it up. And then they started actually giving me a message, and they said, all is as it should be. Everything is perfect. They said humans are always upset by the new, always on guard the second they feel something new happening. But please know that right now, all these changes you feel, all these new feelings you feel, all the feelings from, we're getting bombarded with a lot more solar energy. Everything is fine. All is as it should be. Try to relax and enjoy this time.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's what we all need to hear right now. And I was also getting something along those same lines of that both of you were touching upon, just to stay centered and stay flexible. So we need to weather the storm and because whatever it is, it'll pass. That the more flexible we are, the easier it'll be to weather the storm. And now they're showing me, oh my gosh, do you remember that guy, that clown you used to punch, and it used to have sand on the bottom? I used to punch him and he would go down and come back up. Who is that? I don't even know. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so yeah, weather the storm.
Was that
and
Bozo?
Yeah, and just to be flexible and to go with the flow, and don't be so rigid, and if the harder you resist, try not to resist. I think the resistance is what they're telling me on that one. Resistance. Try not to resist so much. Try and be a little more easygoing and go with the flow. And to stay centered, hold your center. Yeah. Wow. That was all very, very, very connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, thanks for your question, Silver Moon. I appreciate that. And it's very interesting that she asked for the Archangel Collective. That is fascinating. Really, really neat question. Okay, so let me go to, I have,
she gave a little feedback there.
Okay.
I think she's saying
Sorry, I had to scroll up one moment. Here she is.
Okay.
We had one my dad brought home when I was one of these punching bags.
Oh.
Oh, Silver Moon, it's your birthday, is
Happy
it?
birthday.
Birthday.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That's it. There is a reason it was a message because it popped in. I was not thinking of it. Like I was not searching for it. It came flying into my awareness. So it was a message, and it could have been sort of like I was connecting to a memory of yours, or maybe a loved one was. But yeah, that's so interesting.
Hmm.
And
It's a,
happy birthday, Silver Moon.
yeah. And thank you for giving us all a gift.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just take this thing and unpin this 1 second. And let me go ahead and go to the next question. Here's Liz T. She wants to know, does her husband have a message for her? He left this plane very angry and confused.
Okay.
And Liz, if you wouldn't mind popping in your husband's first name, we'll go ahead and start, but if you wouldn't mind, you're welcome, Silver Moon. And get your husband, let us know what your husband's first name is. We'll go ahead and get started though. Liz T.
Oh, his nickname was Chaplain. Chaplain.
Chaplain. Okay.
Oh, his real name's Alfonso. Alfonso. Okay.
So I was just getting a feeling of trying to right a wrong. I felt right away that sort of like he doesn't want you to misunderstand. And he's wants to try and right a wrong. And he is sending you absolute unconditional love and just like buckets of blessings. He's profusely adoring you and really just wanting to right a wrong, you to know that underneath it all, there was love. There was love underneath it all.
Wow. So I saw Alfonso on my stage. He was wearing black. He looked a little depressed or sheepish, a little sheepish actually, I think. Because then he shows me his body like putting his hands up and like yelling in this purple light. I don't know how you yell purple light, but he's yelling purple light and forcing it all up. And then the universe yells back with all shades of blues and greens and just he's just on his back on the stage, accepting it all, not fighting it. Accept his arms are still up, but now he's accepting it. And the kind of message I get is he's ashamed of going out angry and confused. He's just bowled over now by the amounts of love and the amounts of excitement over that journey. It seems like he's still kind of processing that this last journey to find out what he's learning from it. He does feel a little sheepish for having such strong emotions when everything was okay. And he sends love to you.
That's beautiful. I was a little confused by what I got at first. I saw him and more of a cartoon character, not like a real person, with little angel wings, and he was playing a violin, and it was not a full size one; it's a small one. So it's like, is this some sort of pun about playing the world's smallest violin? And but that doesn't even go with what that means. And then later, I saw him standing upright as a man and playing the full size violin beautifully, and it was resonant, and it was gorgeous music, and the depth of the sound. And then it they helped me figure it out, was when he left people in a way that made them feel like, like, we'll play the world's smallest violin for you, because he was kind of complaining about things that maybe shouldn't have been, or whatever. It didn't. Yes, and he does feel bad about it, and so now he's playing a new song, and it's all the vibrations of love are in the music that he's playing now. So he's, in a way, trying to recognize that he was putting people off by behaving the way he did in body. Just a sec. It was a, have you ever had a dog that's a fear biter? One that doesn't really mean to be mean or aggressive, but in certain situations they are afraid and they lash out. And that was his way. He was afraid and he was lashing out the way, and that's what happened. And he feels bad about it now, but now he's playing a new song, and it's love for you and for everyone left behind, and he's sending his love and asking for forgiveness.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
That was really amazing. That's amazing that he can come through. And when you were saying purple, Terri, it sounded like purple, he was asking for forgiveness, or he was apologetic, and he was screaming, to forgive, asking for forgiveness. And then when he was accepting it, he was forgiven by source, by all the angels, by all the ancestors, by, because when we transition, we see how our actions affected other people, and also we see our true self. We see what made us behave, what ego made us behave as, and what our true spirit is, and what true love is, and this is what he was trying to get across. This is just beautiful.
Wow.
What an amazing question. That was really very deep,
Yeah.
very profound. And Alfonso was a beautiful example for us all to look beneath the actions and the words, that we're all very divine spirits, divine souls inside,
Mm-hmm.
and that we're here as mere humans right now. Wow, that was interesting.
Yeah, don't judge people on their worst day.
Wow. Well, that's beautiful. Okay. Well, thank you, Liz. Let me see who is next. So Liz was just commenting. She said something. She's seen him in grays when he appeared to warn me about stuff. Not sure if she saw him after he passed in a grayish. I don't know. If you want to explain a little bit more in detail, I'll pick it up after the next question. Patty, do you have your mom's name? Did you put your mom's name in there at all? Not sure if you saw my request. I missed it. Let me see. Yeah. Patty, if you want to put your mom's name in, I'll get you next. Let me see.
Oh, she says it's Amy.
Oh, thank you. That was quick. Thank you, Joan. I appreciate you girls having my back. It's hard to look over here and
It's
over
hard
there.
to read it.
Because they have, I can see the starred, and then I have to toggle over and I see the live, or I have to go back and see the start. But when I'm looking at the start, I can't see anything else.
Exactly.
Thank
Yeah,
you. So
it's
your
hard to
mom's
do.
it is.
You're a good driver, Jean, good
Thank,
driver.
thanks for your support. I appreciate it. All right. So Patty R wants to speak to her mom, Amy.
Well, I kind of tapped into your energy, and right away I saw an elderly woman on the stage. She's got short gray hair. She's not super tall. But the most important thing about this soul I'm seeing is she's got a map. She has got a map, oh, and she is. It seems like she cared a lot about where, like, vacations and mapping everything out and knowing where she was at and being in control. And she's saying, "You wouldn't can't even begin to imagine the map I got." Because she's touring heaven. She's got a map. She's doing stuff, and I can't let you know what it is. But this is a message to me too. In a non-spiritual life. I'm a geographer, so I care a lot about maps, and this is a message for me as well. How lovely! But she's having a grand old time. She's doing a good job over there.
That's wonderful. I was getting lots of movement. I was seeing her first in a long, like a red velvety dress, tailored at the waist, and then a kind of a big circle skirt with sort of like the Mrs. Claus would wear with the white stuff on the bottom, and moving, and that's going back and forth. And then she was wearing, and then I saw her in a tutu. Like, I don't know if she liked to dance or if she was a dancer, but then I just saw her in a house dress with a kid on her hip while she's cooking. And then she was juggling. It was like this idea of movement, constant movement, and that she looked good while she was doing it, that she kept a lot of balls in the air. And she is kind of doing the same thing there. And she is helping you because she recognizes, first of all, she's sending lots of love. But she's recognizing that you've got a lot going on, and she's going to be there to help you kind of keep everything going, to keep all the balls in the air. There's a lot of tasks when someone passes, and she said, "Don't get hung up on doing everything perfect. Just keep moving forward, and she'll be there to support you."
That's great. That's great. So, Patty, what I was getting was something just a little bit different. And she's just was she was showing me kind of in her 40s and 50s. It seemed like that was the age that she was in, that she was showing me herself, and she seemed um, sort of overwhelmed and not very attentive. Not like she couldn't see you at that time. She said she did the best she could, and she said she was sorry for not being everything that you needed. That she couldn't see you. She sees now that you needed her. You needed her to see you, to be validated, to say, "Hey, mom, look at me, listen to me, mom. I need you, mom. I need you to talk to me." And she was either like, like either nonchalant about it, or she would like patronize you and say yes, yes, when really she didn't see you. You didn't feel that she was giving you the attention or the seriousness that you really needed. And she said she's showing me herself in her 40s and 50s and just sort of having to keep up with the Joneses and having not parties, but like, backyard cookouts and potlucks and stuff. She was very socially, there was some social demands on her, and she just figured kids or teenagers would take care of themselves, or she really didn't realize that how much you needed her to look at you and to feel your feelings, or to recognize you and validate you. And she just said she did the best she could, and she's sorry for not being everything that you needed. And I just see you kind of like jumping up and down saying, look at me, look at, like, can you see me? Because she wasn't like seeing your soul. She was sort of, and she says that it was just not, I guess it was something that she never learned as a child. This is the way she was taught and treated as a child, and didn't know how to be intimate with her daughter, and to be so helpful and intimate, and to listen to your every need. So that was really very unusual and strong, Patty. So I hope that was helpful. Good. Ooh, so Patty, if you have any feedback, that'd be great. Um, wow, it was strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and all right. So let's see, Melinda Salinas. Hi, Melinda. How are you? So nice to see you. I hope your new year at school is going well. Then Melinda is a teacher, and we love and honor all of our teachers. It's one of the hardest jobs out there. So we're sending you lots of gratitude. And it's Guadalupe Longoria. Love that name. And she wants to know how is she doing on the other side? Guadalupe Longoria. She's showing me herself in a hat and gloves, and even like an umbrella. I'm not sure if she was stylish or if she was particular about how she looked. And she told me that she was still managing things. I'm not sure. Maybe she was the matriarch of the family. And she says she's still managing things from the other side, that she's still able to manage things from the other side. And she's sending nudges, she's sending messages, she's sending direction. She says, and the family knows it. The family knows it. Lots of love, lots of love. She's sending flowers and organic things that are organic. And what I mean by that is like nature kind of things. I know organic has many different. She seems like a very special. She seemed like she didn't have many nice things, but the nice things that she had, she kept very well, and that she really enjoyed wearing them on special occasions. She's just showing me herself all decked out. How about you guys?
Well, it's like her and I are having a little side conversation. I'm like, oh, Guadalupe Longoria, wow. Do you have some Jewish background? And she's like, yeah, I do. But I'm a citizen of the universe now. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she's just acknowledging a little genealogy there. But as a citizen of the universe, she can be in more places than one. And I saw her in your classroom. And I believe that she's going to bring that grandmotherly energy to your classroom. I see her in particular wanting to work with one child that's having more trouble. That you know how every classroom has one kind of big troublemaker. And I feel her being around that child. I feel like it's a boy and being around, but I see her in the classroom helping out, helping bring calmness and peace. And then I saw her walk. You're at the front of the classroom teaching, and I see her walk over to you and just put her arm around you, just standing beside you with the arm kind of like I have your back. I have your back, but she's sending love, sending strength. She's acknowledging that soul, that part of you that teaches and reinforces that. That's it.
I wasn't getting an awful lot, but the images that were kind of sustaining was the first thing I saw was a star, a 5-pointed star, and it was rising up. And I kept asking, "What's the star about?" And the feeling was sharing the light. That star is shining on me. It's shining on you. When you look at the stars, so am I. And also that you are the star. You're a rising star as well in her eyes. And then the next thing I saw was as if you were in a cab in New York City, going down the road and looking at all these buildings, not in the area where there's skyscrapers, but maybe there's 5-story buildings or something like that. And going down these long blocks, and you can, if you crane your neck, you can kind of see the top of these older buildings, but it goes on forever and ever and ever. And I couldn't quite understand what this meant. And then finally, she took me in the window of one of the windows that she was passing and showing each one is a life, each one is a story, and she's seen some of that now of just how huge everything is. But the message is to look at people as individuals and not, you can't look in every window, but the windows that you choose to look in, to treat people as individuals, as unique, because we all have our window in these apartment complexes or buildings, wherever they were. We all have our own special lives, and each one is significant and holy and beautiful. And then the last thing I saw was just like corn with the husk on. It was either roasting on a grill, or what's the food that's wrapped up in a corn husk when it's
Enchilada?
Enchiladas or tamales, or I don't
Tamales.
tamales. Yeah. So I don't know if that has any significance, but that was just sort of a flash at the end.
Mm.
Anyhow, I hope it's something of that resonated.
Maybe she's making heavenly tamales, which are like my favorite Mexican food.
Wonderful.
But don't you, I just want to check in with both of you. Don't you almost feel like this message and Patty R's message of look at me, go together? That they're saying, look at everybody's soul.
Yeah.
And that she's going to help her in the classroom look at their souls to remind that what she does helps forever.
Yeah.
Wow. To look deeper,
Mm-hmm.
to take a moment and look at and pay attention to their soul inside. Look past the exterior distraction, or just look deeper.
And that the starlight that we're seeing, it was light that was emitted, I don't know, millions of years ago. So each of our actions has this lasting consequence.
Wow.
And she's looking at the same stars too that you are.
Oh, fabulous.
That's beautiful.
I'm not that smart. It came from her.
That and the bozo clown came from spirit.
Yeah, yeah.
You never know. Oh, that's lovely. Well, thank you for the feedback, Melinda. That was really very helpful. And she says, thank you, ladies. You're very welcome.
Yes.
Woof, woof. We got some strong energies today. Very lovely. And her name started it off for me. As soon as I said that name and it was rolling off, and she was like, boom, boom, boom. So that was lots of.
Oh, they made tamales together.
Mhm.
Oh,
Good, good. I'm glad that meant something.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just see if. Look like okay. So, all right. Let me see. You're welcome. Let me just take that down. Trying to see who else is here. One moment. Okay, Sherry. Is Sherry here? I was just trying to see the Sherry Kirk. She wants a message. She
from
wants a
Dennis.
message from her husband, Dennis, and she's having a little bit of a sad moment. And if I can just address the sad moment, Sherry, I think that there are some real heavy energies out there currently, and we are all picking up the collective. The collective, there's like sort of like a, a disappointment in the pit of your gut. So I wouldn't. I understand that you're sad, but it may be a little bit of something else as well. So just keep that in mind and help. And sometimes that helps to deal with it, not all at once, you know. So let me see, Dennis for Sherry. Hmm. He is trying to cheer you up. He does not, he understands the grief, but he does not want you to be, uh, so he does not want you to be sad. He doesn't want you to get too low in your feelings. He doesn't want you to get too in despair. It's important to process and to go through these phases of the grief and the ebbs and flow of the despair and the loss and the sorrow. He says, but he needs you to pull yourself back up out of that and start each day new. He's saying to play music and to feel vibration. And he's suggesting, or my guides, I guess somebody is suggesting like a salt bath to try and detox, because sometimes that sorrow and despair can linger, and it's sort of like a thought form that lingers in our body. He wants you to move your body or soak your body in a salt bath to try and get that stuck energy to move out somehow. And if you play music, or if you sing, or if you move, or if you just do something, almost imagine that your emotion is sort of like is on a, you know how the record player skips and it keeps going over and keeps going over, and you just have to touch the little, if you know what a record player is, you touch the little record player, the little needle, and then it continues on. Well, he says you're in this loop, you're on a skip. And he's saying you just need to move something, change something, take a salt bath, sing, play music, dance, do something with your body, because there's an energetic loop that you may be stuck in. I don't want to say definitely, but this is what I'm feeling, that the record is skipping. Isn't that interesting? So all the best to you, Sherry. But go ahead, girls. Anything?
I'm going to jump in because I have something, what I got sort of in some ways dovetails with that. And the first thing I saw was like a tray where, you know, you're at college or in a food service tray that has all the, or like on an airline, it has all these little indentations, all the different compartments. And so he was saying, keep things compartmentalized. Don't let it all run together because that can be overwhelming. And so in this compartment, it's like, okay, now I have to deal with this financial thing, or I have to call this service provider or whatever. And if you feel like doing it today, or if you have to do it today, do that today. But then be done with that and have something else in the next compartment that is less stressful or less whatever. Go for a walk or whatever. Because if you don't do things, kind of task by task, and factor in the breathing room, it can all just come down on top of you, and then it just snowballs, and that's not a good place to be. And he doesn't want you to be there. So just, even if it takes longer than you want it to, make a list, compartmentalize, don't look at the whole list, and make sure you prioritize the things that have to get done. But even just looking at the whole list, and believe me, I'm there right now too, can be really daunting. And then the other thing was that it's important to keep up your own vibe as much as possible, especially when he is saying that it's easier for him to connect with you, even if it's not like hello, even if it's just like little signs and signals, or just little nudges that you don't even aren't aware it's him. But it's easier for him to help when you are in a little bit of a higher vibe place. So he's suggesting to think about your happy times together, rather than I should have done this, I should have done that, or oh, so sad, or all the sad times. Just keep a little memory bank, the way you keep, a picture book or something like that, or maybe look back at a photo album at the fun times you had together, or the fun routines, or even, it doesn't have to be like great fun, just having coffee together in the morning or something like that, something peaceful. And you don't have to spend an hour meditating on it, but just take a moment to think of, well, that was nice. Every morning we'd say, hi, how did you sleep? And all of that. And that allows him to be of more use to you from where he is right now. And I wish you the best.
Thanks, Joan.
So, Sherry, I saw Dennis kneeling on the stage, like kneeling on one knee. I was thinking, oh, that looks all like proposing kind of thing. But no. Then I saw a bench in front of him, and you're sitting on the bench. He is shining your shoes. I'm like, well, okay, so Dennis, why are you shining her shoes? And he doesn't really tell me why. He's just shining your shoes and buffing them up. But then I hear his conversation, and he's coaching you.
Oh,
He's like, don't worry, babe, you got this. Don't worry, we are behind you. We're setting things up. We're shining these shoes and getting you ready. You got it. You just and he's kind of echoing what everybody said. Remember the good times. I also got this feeling like that he's going to acknowledge this, that you're going to feel little vibrations in your feet in the next few days. I don't know how I know that, but I do. Just acknowledging that he's shining your shoes, that he's there for you, that he's like, remember the good times. You got this. You're tough. You're loving. You have more to do, so don't give up. You have more to do in this life. You haven't quite made your goal, whatever your spiritual goal is. You're not quite there yet, almost, but he's shining those shoes to help you on your way. So thank you for letting me read that. And I've never seen shoes shining on my stage before.
that is beautiful. Wow. What beautiful readings tonight, girls. Wow. Wow. Really nice.
Good.
Dennis is a beautiful, loving soul, and he really is very attentive to you. He's right there with you, and he is just supporting you. And Yeah, very strong, very strong. Beautiful. So we each had something just a little bit different, but everything just adds to it. So hopefully, Sherry, that helped you a little bit. Just to change the energy a little bit, I have a message here from Jill Sinanan. She says, "Special greetings to Jean. Thanks, Jill. About a month ago, I got a reading from you and Allie, and it was so good. It had a domino effect to help me with a health issue." Wow.
Yay.
Very nice.
That's
Very nice.
huge.
I'm
Excellent.
I'm so happy it worked out, Jill. I'm so happy, and I really, it's lovely that you say that, but it's just that we're trusting. What these validations do is it helps us to trust that the messages that we feel, hear, see, and sense that they're from spirit and they are making a difference. They are coming. They are making a difference. They are helping people. And it helps other people to know that these things turn out this way when we're connecting with spirit as well. So thank you for that feedback, Jill. I appreciate that. Uh, and Sherry says, okay, he loved me unconditionally. I'm going to play songs and enjoy and take a long bath. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Cry. Yeah, definitely. And happy tears. Thank you so much again. Yeah, yeah. It's almost like I see you looking through the picture book that Joan was referring to, and it's sort of like, you're missing him and you're crying, but you're remembering the moments that you had together, and that makes you happy. It's almost like a bittersweet, but it's helping you. It does help you. Even though it's sad to do. Thank you for the feedback, Sherry, and thanks again, Jill, for sharing that with all of us. Wow, very very strong messages today. Wow. Okay, let me see what I can. Okay, so is Nancy still here? I don't know if somebody else went live at 5 o'clock, but Nancy. Nancy says, "Can you please tell me who's sending me music messages? Angel Baby and Baby Baby. Angel Baby, Baby Baby. Angel Baby. I don't know those songs, but so Nancy, I'm getting that it's your like soul family, it's your higher self. It's almost like a synchronicity. It's almost like a an angel number. It's almost like when you find a penny, like it's from the spirit world, and it's sort of like a confirmation for you. It's sort of like a sign for you. It's just something for you to you can tell that it's meant for you, that you can tell there's energy around it, that it's a message sent to you. I'm just getting like it's your higher self or your soul team. Like there's a team that's behind it. I'm not getting a specific loved one, but I may be wrong. I'm not sure. Either one of you girls have anything? Oh, Smokey Robinson, baby, baby. Oh, now I get it. Because they are just cradling us. They are just, I mean, all of our support team, all of our soul family, and for some reason they're telling me your higher self. I'm not sure if you're asking for a message from your higher self, but that seems unusual. But it's just the, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Doesn't make quite a lot of sense.
I'm getting, I was expecting, oh, it's your angel, oh, it's your guide, or a specific person. But what I'm seeing is where it's coming from. And it looks like it's kind of profound. So maybe it is, I don't know, where your higher self, or maybe even, I don't know where someone resides, but I'll just describe what I'm seeing. One is like you're sort of inside of a cave, but it's not really a cave made of stone. It's like woven together vines or things like that. And I'm looking out of a window, like you're looking out of the circle, like, those enchanted egg things. You're looking out of it, and there's the ocean, and there's a horizon line, and then there's this beautiful sky and seeing the stars. And next, it's seeing the stars above, and then you're looking up from this shaft of stone on the side, but it's sort of like not solid stone. There's lots of it's like dark slats. Anyhow, it looks very otherworldly. And so I'm kind of, I don't know why galactics would know about baby baby, you know, um the Smokey Robinson songs, but they, can pull on anything. But it's coming from somewhere deep, somewhere profound, and it's to get your attention, and using this in a way that will let you know that you're being cared for and loved. Um, but Jean, I want to hear, or whomever. It's
Terry, before you go, do you mind if I add another layer?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, because I said maybe if you give us the name of, she said she was hoping it may have been, or she was thinking it may have been a boyfriend, an old boyfriend who passed. So I said, let's ask, give me his name and we'll ask directly, because it's so hard. I mean, when we're, and it's not anything definite. If we pinpoint him, his name is Lee, Lee, and maybe we can see if this energy, if we can get any kind of confirmation, because he could be in your soul family. He could be in your soul group. And I just couldn't pinpoint this, or, and Joan was getting deep love, deep compassion, and admiration, but we couldn't tell directly. Do you mind, Terry? And then you can
go
go,
ahead, go ahead,
you
because
can go.
I'm only getting really one very simple thing, that it feels like a term of endearment, like that it could be coming from higher self, but it almost feels like they're angel baby, 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 just like a term of endearment. That's really all I'm getting. I'm not getting very deep into it. So go
Like a
ahead.
pet name, like a pet name would be.
Yeah, or just reminding her how much they love her.
Let me just see. Joan, did you get anything else? I'm going to ask my pendulum.
oh, there's I my heart lit up with that name. Let's see, is this coming from Lee? Yes, I'm getting a yes on that.
I'm getting a very small movement, not a lot, but I'm getting it's from the family.
Okay.
It's from all of us, he said. I don't know if you had many lifetimes, many admirers there, Nancy. So we won't get into specifics. We won't embarrass you. But it seems like there's a group over there that may be admiring you.
Mm.
She heard the song "In My Mind, Baby, Baby" this morning. Yeah, yeah. And you don't know why, you weren't even thinking of it, and that's a sure a tell a telltale sign that it's a sign to you when it's not something that you've recently heard, or it just it like pops in, especially in the morning. And yeah, actually, why don't you get your pendulum and see if this is something you can pinpoint, because they're really not being specific with us, but it's your soul group, it's your soul family, it's a couple of them over there, it's a term of endearment, it's a it's definitely they're sending you a message. I'm getting that it was more of like a synchronicity, or just letting you know that they're watching over you. But yeah, sorry we couldn't be more specific. Did you have anything else, Joan?
Oh, just when you said it was the Soul Family, what popped into my mind were like the dancers behind the, or the Temptations when they do all their moves together. It's like they're all there. There's a big line of them, and they're all in sync, sending you this love in a very cool way.
Soul.
Soul Family.
Fabulous.
Oh,
I love the
oh,
Temptations.
yeah, 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 yeah. It was, yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. So let's see. Okay. And I have a Leo Mama. Leo Mama. My children's father ended his own life. Does he have any messages for us? His name is Jess. Oh, wait. Names.
My name's Jess.
Oh, my
And
name's Jess. Thank you. I'm trying to squint here.
yeah,
And
and
his
he's
name is
Matt.
Matt. His name is Matthew. And your name is Jess. Leo Mama is Jess. And Matthew. Does he have a message? Leo Mama. Jess. Matthew. Matthew. Jess. So the first thing I'm getting, Jess, is that you may have known each other for a very long time, either from the neighborhood or from school. Because he's showing me bangs, that you had bangs all the way up to here. You know how when our mothers used to cut our bangs too short, or there was like back in the 70s or something, there used to be that style where you had the really short bangs. And he's just showing me really short bangs. He's telling me it's a youthful thing, something like you would have like a school picture with these short bangs. So I'm taking that to mean that you guys have known each other for a very long time, that you go way back together. He is saying that you know him better than anyone. He's telling me he had struggles. He said, but you knew his heart. You could see his soul. You always loved him through it. You never judged, not never judged him, but you always sort of understood him. Seemed like he had struggles. Yet you would see the silver lining behind it. You would see that he really couldn't help it or didn't mean it. And he loves you for that. He thanks you for that. He thanks you for being on his side and being able to see through his struggles. And when everybody else would be like, forget it, you know. He seemed like a thinner man, darker hair, and maybe wore a mustache at some point in his life, and sort of would say, "She's aight," meaning all right, but he would like have like a slang, like "You're aight." I can't even speak slang, but it's a slang thing. I don't know, like he would be like he would have maybe like not a street lingo, but sort of like I don't know if you're from the Northeast, but um, he would have like a little bit of a dialect. You would be able to tell where he was from because he had like a lingo from hanging out with his friends. He's a wonderful, wonderful soul. He's beautiful, beautiful, loving, and he kind of like lived like full throttle. He really just wanted all the experience. I see him like hanging out on the corner with his friends or by a basketball court, somewhere outside, somewhere that he would hang out with friends, maybe even at a bar. I don't know. He seemed like he seemed like a very social kind of guy. He's a beautiful, beautiful soul. Are you girls getting anything?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So I saw Matthew on my stage, and he's kind of tall and lanky looking, and he's in uh, the dark of a sunset, kind of the darkness part, and it's as there's a light above. It's as if the street light just came on, but he does something amazing. Actually, there's like a loop, a string, and he's pulling you down to him, and he's giving you a kiss. And he's saying, I never appreciated you enough. He said, I'm very sorry that I lost my way. He said, I got overcome by the gloom, by the darkness, and I forgot to look up and see the sun being reflected in the moon. I just saw the darkness. I forgot that the sun was still there, and that you are part of what represents the sun to me. And he's saying, I will never forget. I will always be watching for you. I am he will stay in the sunlight to help watch on his over his children too. So he is sorry that he let the gloom overcome him.
wow.
That's it.
Yeah, I didn't get much. Um, the first thing he said was, I'm seeing things through different eyes now. That in his human self, there he didn't see another way, but he's seeing things through different eyes, including the pain that he's caused, and he's very sorry for that, and the consequences to you and the children and other people he cared about. And so he's expressing regret for that. But then I just kept getting images. I'm not sure. I don't think these are literally you and he, but it makes me feel like you knew each other when you were younger, maybe late teens, early 20s or something. And because I'm seeing a young couple kind of in an out of style clothes, or maybe it was, the 80s, or I don't know when, but but it's kind of just nuzzling, like putting your foreheads together or your cheeks together, and uh, and he said, and it was always you, and that he was very, very taken by you, um, and that you saw him, the true him. Uh, but yeah, it was just you gave me a sense of the closeness that you once had and enjoyed, and his appreciation and love for you for that. And I'm very sorry for what you're going through. I've lost people that way too, and it's that's a rough one. So
Yeah.
take good care of yourself.
It's nice, Joan. Thank you. So Leo Mama says, Jess says, she had those bangs when they met. That's funny. She said, he did whatever I was saying. And she said, oh my gosh, you guys have him down so well. He was so cheeky. He's a very warm, loving soul. And she says, oh, I can't thank you ladies enough. It's been so hard. You three ladies have brought so much healing. That was really very special. Thank you for saying that. Thank you so much. Aw, that's so sweet, Leo Mama, Jess. We're glad. We're glad that we three and our team and our community here are here to, provide healing and provide this service. And you guys help us out to get better and to be able to provide service. And all three of us do offer private readings, and we all three have websites that I have pinned down um, in the description box where you can contact us for readings. And that would really help us out a great deal. We really appreciate anybody, going in and scheduling with us. We'd love to spend a full hour and really get into it. I mean, this gentleman, he's just so rich. He has such a personality, he's just very rich, very I could see, like, very passionate. Everything he did all the way, you know. So yeah, just a beautiful, just all the readings were like, look at me, see me. I mean, and I love that the whole show was centered around validation and connecting and taking our time and seeing other people. Ah,
Yeah,
she's just overwhelmed. She just says, "Thank you so much. I hope he knows how much I loved him." Yeah,
He
yeah,
does.
he does, Jess, and that's she's just I can feel her overjoyed, and he's great that he's really thrilled that he was able to have this opportunity to connect with you too.
right.
Um, what a beautiful example.
He's not letting me go with this a little, but I feel like I didn't say it that when he was pulling her down, she's the moonlight, she's the light, she's so bright. And okay, I think he'll let me go now.
I know they do. They're insistent. They're insistent.
It is
Oh, wow.
so nice to know, though, and especially
Mhm,
in so many of our situations, people who have lost people recently, it makes it so much easier just knowing that they're still here. They're just different, you know. And
mhm,
that's a big. It's not just. It's not a small thing. But they're still here, and the love goes on.
mhm.
The connection's there.
Absolutely. Well, I'd like to thank you, Wisdom Seeker Joan and Terri Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, and their information for private readings and their YouTube pages are listed below. And please do go over and support these beautiful psychics and subscribe to their channels, and as well as stop back and see us later on this week. I'll
Mhm.
have a couple of new different psychics on Friday and Saturday, so stay tuned. And I'd love to see you all back here. What a wonderful session! A
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice, beautiful Labor Day experience. So, but thank you again, everybody. Did you either of you want to say anything before we go?
No,
Okay.
just love to everybody in the audience. It
Yes.
was lovely to hang out with you.
It was. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
all. Yeah. Stop Censorship is here. They said, I missed again. Juno Sphere, Sherry Kirk, Valerie B. Thanks for all the moderators, too. Butterfly
Mhm.
Kisses Healing, Leo Mama, Wiki is here. Thanks, Wiki, for being here. Liz and of London. We see you all. We love you all. And we really do appreciate everybody. And I think I'm going to put up a little questionnaire and say, do they want us to go through and say hi to everybody, or do they want us to just do readings? Maybe a little bit of both. All right, everybody. Enjoy your Monday night. And thanks again for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.